Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV. Welcome to Q&A Livestream. It's been a long time since I've done one of these, so apologies for that. Obviously being kind of busy and it's been hard to find that time and schedule, but yeah, I'm gonna be releasing the videos tomorrow. Today, you guys, I did a video with Joe Tweedy, Alex Goldberg, and obviously my source, Sofian, the French guy. And you know what, we spoke a lot in depth today about, Sarri and Chelsea youth, the Christensen situation, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and why we're not really seeing what's happening right now. We spoke about the realities of Hudson-Odoi potentially leaving, and whether Hudson-Odoi will leave as well. It's one of my most favorite live streams I have done, and I think you guys will definitely enjoy this because there's a ton of insight and a ton of information about things that's happening, and it's really exciting too because obviously afterwards, these guys like to fill me in with what's been happening behind the scenes. And you know what, let's just say that I'm going to have some interesting videos coming out later this week, especially in regards to some transfer targets, a lot of surprise transfer targets. Now, you guys, I'm stressing targets as in like we're monitoring them, maybe inquiring. That's not me saying that they're 100% officially going to be signing for us. That just means that Chelsea have been looking around into certain players in certain areas. Not going to lie, there are some surprise ones. There are some crazy ones as well. But I mean, it's pretty standard for a club of our size to be looking at some of the players I have been hearing about. So yeah, it's exciting. Of course, I'm fortunate enough to hear some other things as well, which I can't say just yet, but hopefully I will be able to, especially in regards to guys like Hudson-Odoi and and guys like Emerson as well. I mean, well, let's just say that there's a reason why Emerson isn't playing as much at Chelsea right now. But again, it's going to be exciting this international break, and obviously the week before the Man United game, a ton of content will be coming out. So you guys, you're definitely going to be in good hands. And honestly, we spoke for nearly 2 hours, so I'm going to have to break this video into like maybe 6 different parts to make it more digestible because I mean, you guys can't be watching a 2-hour video, you know what I mean? But that's enough of me going on right now. As I said, I'm just giving you a debriefing on some of the things that will be happening over the next few days and the next few weeks. So a lot of exciting things happening, and it's going to be interesting to see what does happen in January. So I honestly, I'm looking forward to that. You guys, if you're a Patreon subscriber, don't worry, I will be answering your questions. Remember, if you subscribe to me on Patreon, all you got to do is send a question, and that's honestly it, to be honest. You guys, it's good to see that everyone is here. Sterny Marshall still has one more year left, and you are correct by that. He does have one more year left, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens because United have a certain amount of time now before they've got a certain amount of time to really activate that extra year in Martial's contract. So if they don't do that in time, then he could be gone in a year, and then once that happens, then the guy does become easier. So it's going to be interesting to see what does happen in January. But that's enough of me talking now. It's good to see that everyone is here, you guys. I'm going to be on for the next hour. I haven't eaten, honestly. I'm constantly in front of a computer every single day. Honestly, I get to points where I forget to eat food. It's not good. It's not good. I get off the computer, I realise, oh shit, it's like 10 o'clock. And it's like, now I start cooking dinner. So it's kind of peak. American boy, Pierre Tech from Genoa. All I'm going to tell you guys is no. So I literally wouldn't waste my time thinking about that. But yeah, it's good to see everyone here. Christian, Nini, when you coming back to the All American Chelsea podcast? Whenever they need me, obviously, you know me. I like to help other people, and I like to obviously play my part as well. But yeah, you guys, let me start with asking questions. Remember, if you want your questions prioritized, you know what to do. Send a super chat. It does help support me and help support the channel as well. Or if you even consider becoming a Patreon subscriber, definitely do that as well. But you guys, I'm going to start with asking your questions right now because I've been talking for like fucking 5-6 minutes now. I'm not answering no questions. It's not acceptable. Okay, Sterny. Nini, should we keep Kovacic or give Ruben, Barkley and Mount a chance? That is a very hard one. I think realistically, based on what I see happening, I think maybe keeping Kovacic. I think that's the most realistic outcome. Galactus Pro, what a name. No player is bigger than the club, but we are in trouble if he leaves us. I mean, Hazard it is called Hazard FC for a reason, and I'm sorry. I think when you are your best player at a team, then you kind of are bigger than the club sometimes in a way. So please, no one. I don't want to read any discussions about people being happy with Hazard leaving. Don't do that to yourself. Just don't do it. Don't even think about it, please. We can't afford to lose a guy. Yes, Michelle later. How are you, man? Remember, you guys, if you're a Patreon sub, send your questions in, and I'll obviously go through them. Okay, Nini, thoughts on Maxi Gomez as a striker? Now I've heard with Maxi Lopez that he is a bit of a target man esque, no, not a target man forward, but like a deep lying type of forward, like a Firmino esque type of player. To be honest, I haven't seen him play for Celta Vigo, so I don't know too much about him, and I haven't heard anything about him. I think I know that his season's been pretty decent so far, but you know, again, I can't really give you too much of an opinion on the guy. American boy, sell Bakayoko Morata. I mean, I think the club would like to if they could right now, but you got to realize, you know, let's be serious. Let's be serious about Bakayoko for a second. The guy's not play. He's been doing shit at Milan so far. Real talk. Gattuso coming out and just having a go at this guy in the press conference saying he's not good enough straight away. You got to be realistic. Do you honestly see AC Milan spending 35 million euros to sign the guy? No. What's probably most realistic is the fact that Bakayoko most likely isn't going to be coming back to us. And this is what happens to you guys when you keep signing these these C tier type of players. Yeah, and you sign them for big money, put them on big contracts. They become very difficult to sell and to get rid of. So, you know, this is what I mean. This is why I always think it's good to have a long-term approach when it comes to football, because then you safeguard yourself from stupid things like this. Back is going to cost a ton of money. We'll struggle to get rid of the guy, and it's just like, you know, why? Okay, Kofi, hey man, you good? Ellis, bring back Michelini. I think ideally that would be good. I think if we're not able to get a striker in January, for example, then I think maybe looking at Mitchley could be interesting because we need goals. If we want a chance of winning the league, we need a striker that's going to score. And realistically, Mitchley is the best finisher compared to Giroud and Morata. Stealthy Ninja, do you think it will cost us if we sell Hudson-Odoi since he is our next Hazard? I'm not saying anything about that. Tomorrow's videos are, I'm going to be going into detail with that over the next few weeks. So definitely, you know what, just wait for the videos to come out to get an in-depth answer and discussion. Kwame, yes, bro. We need a right winger striker and a right back badly. I agree. Norma, thank you. Yep. Elroy, Arik Milik as a striker option. I mean, I like some of the profiles of players you guys are thinking about. I think Milik, with how he plays, he could complement the front three. But I don't think we're looking at Milik right now. Later this week, I'm going to release a video on transfer targets we are looking into. So it should be interesting. It should be fun. Yes, we are monitoring strikers, G-Man. So don't worry about that. And we're monitoring guys that play on the right as well. Okay. Korang. Chelsea must sell Diego Zappacosta. Davide. But never mind. Even break and passes are very difficult for him. He doesn't play. Yeah, you're right. I mean, but again, you sign Zappacosta for how much? I'm sure he's on a decent contract compared to what he was earning at Torino. You put yourself in this position where it gets hard to get rid of these guys, and that's the issue we're going to be facing. And the club will try to sell guys in January, but yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the live stream that I just did today with Alex Goldberg, Joe Tweedy, and Sofian, the plug, I think it's the best one that I've done so far, and I think you guys will love it because we really go into a lot of detail and insight. And we answer a lot of questions that people are really pondering about by themselves. Okay, Nini, Elliot Wilson, Nini, where do you think we'll finish this year? You guys, I've been optimistic and consistent since the start. Before Sarri came, I've been optimistic about what's happening. I've said that we are going to be title contenders for this season. I still stand by that. But something tells me that we're not going to win the league. It's going to be a similar situation to the 13-14 season where, we should have won the league. We had a massive chance to, but we just weren't able to cross that finishing line. I think this season will be similar. I think we will win things. I don't think we'll win the league. I think next season will be the real deal. But who knows? If we can potentially do something crazy in January, it's only going to boost our chances, you guys. So I mean, we've got a lot going in our favor, to be honest. Yes, Nicholas, how you doing, man? Volume too low, Nini. Oh shit, sorry about that. The volume is. Yeah, that should be better right now. Apologies, you guys. Apologies. I wish I saw that earlier. I hope you guys were able to hear what I was saying. Yeah, sorry about that. John Mikel Flindau. Sorry, meant signing Thorgan Hazard could persuade Eden to stay at Chelsea. I mean, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I mean, we've kind of helped Thorgan's career by getting this move to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Obviously, Kylian Hazard as well. I think talks of us wanting to sign the youngest Hazard brother. I think he's playing in Belgium. I think he's like 15 years old. So I don't necessarily think it's that deep. Super chats, thank you. You know what? I didn't get a single notification. Nothing came up. So I apologize for that. Really do. I just didn't see anything. Nav, bro, thank you, Nav. Can barely hear you. No, sorry. I realized that basically the software I'm using to do the live stream, I had the volume down a bit low, so apologies for that. I completely forgot. Again, when I was recording earlier, I had to lower my microphone so it doesn't interfere with the recording. So apologies for that. You didn't even have to send a super chat for that, but I appreciate that now, bro. Thanks a lot. Femi, much better, perfect. Do you play Sunday League? Will Rayner, hey man, you good? Nah, not for a long time, not for a long time. I do need to get back into playing football, I'm just talking about it. I'm playing it on, fucking Xbox, but I'm just not playing it in real life. I need to get down to that, but, when the older you get, it gets harder, It's just harder to get all your boys organised going goals on a Friday night, so, Okay, what a name. Kiki Letso Mohala Kuana. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey Nini, this might not be the right platform to ask this, but I'm hoping to start my own channel. Any advice on what I should do? I admire what you do a lot, and I'm hoping to give me some time. Give you some tips. Yeah, thank you, bro, for obviously the message. And honestly, if anyone, because here's the thing, YouTube, all you got to do is record something and post it on YouTube. It takes 5 minutes. It takes no time at all. But obviously, it's got to be a quality one. I mean, if I was to give one, I mean, the best advice I would give you is have a business plan. Try and think about what you want to offer. If there's something you're passionate about, let's be serious. If you want to talk about Chelsea, for example, there's a lot of channels that do that. Now, I'm not going to be like someone that says don't bother because it's saturated. If you find a way to market it, if you find a way that's going to be engaging to the viewer and the audience, then you can do something with it. I mean, that's what I mean. When it comes to this stuff, it's not a get rich scheme at all. I mean, even with the money I'm earning, it's not enough to be full time. So my days are long. They've been long but it's the third season now since I've been doing this. I mean, I barely have a social life, but I do like doing what I do. You need to have a business plan. Understand what you want to brand your channel to be, what type of content you want to market to your audience, all that type of stuff. If you treat it like a hobby where you just upload random videos, I mean, no one's really going to watch it. And if there's no quality or care in what you're doing, no one's going to care either. So I think that's the main thing I'd say, to be honest. Ziads, okay, my bad. Egg Noan, hey Nini, do you think Charlie Lucinda has a future at Chelsea? No, I do not, which is a massive shame. Kwame, Nini, thoughts on Malcolm becoming available in January? That'll be interesting. That's someone I actually want to ask about and really find out what's happening with Malcolm. I mean, I think he's played like, 27 minutes or 18 minutes so far. Let's be serious. It was a completely stupid move to go to Barcelona. I don't know what his agent said to him. I don't know what Barcelona sold to him. Was he really thinking he's going to displace Messi on the right-hand sides? You've got Coutinho, Ousmane Dembele. You thought you were going to get in the team over these guys. This is what I mean. Sometimes young players can just fuck it up for themselves. And it's weird because, Malcolm was very smart. When this guy was back in Brazil, Man United and massive clubs were trying to sign this guy as an 18-year-old. And really, to go to Bordeaux was a very big, brave decision. He wasn't ready for a club like Barcelona now. You should have gone to Roma, played there a year or two, then you're ready for the big league. And it's just like, I don't know, to be honest. Patrick B, you're better than the pundits on TV. I appreciate that comment a lot, man. And real talk, that was one of the main reasons as to why I wanted to do a YouTube channel. I mean, number one, I don't really talk about football with my friends like that. I can't lie because you know how geeky I get. I get really in depth with stuff, and I can talk about football forever. But I mean, the other reason was that I was just sick and tired of the shit that we'd read in the press or hear on TV, all these really boring, tired, cliche points. And that's I just couldn't stand it. So I just thought, you know what, let me try and do something with what I like, with my passion, and yeah, that's how I did it basically. Malcolm spat on Roma. He did. Mohammed, hey man, can we get Lewandowski with Bayern's current situation with Kovac? I mean, wouldn't be surprised if they just got rid of the guy and got someone else in. I mean, Lewandowski right now, I don't know if he's looking as sexy anymore. I mean, with his age, the money it would cost, the contracts, I mean, it's crazy. I don't think we're in that position where we can do that. I mean, if you watch my video I did yesterday, the 5 talking points video, I kept trying to stress that when you've got so much filler in the squad, it costs a lot of money. Imagine the wages, imagine how much guys like, Danny are on, or Fabregas is on, and they're not even playing that much. And it's just like, you need to get rid of these guys to free up space in the wage budget. And there's a lot of players that want their contracts renewed, Kante, Willian, David Luiz. So, we have to be smart with our finances. AKA Wetman Spencer, Nini, what do you think should Nini, what you think should we sell Morata, buy Fekir, sell Giroud, bring back Mitchie? All I'm gonna say is just I'll probably release that video maybe on Thursday or Friday in regards to like targets we're monitoring. So it should be interesting. I'm not gonna tell you anyone. I'm not even gonna hint at who we're looking at. MK so cool. Nini, which striker you think we should buy in January to fit Sarri ball? Again, I'm gonna just wait until another day. Chris Douglas, been a while since I logged in to a live stream. I've been busy. Congrats on 44k subs, man. Keep grinding. This channel is high quality. The subs will keep coming. Thanks a lot, Chris. I appreciate that. I think, I need to get better when it comes to scheduling and stuff. I'm going to try and find a consistent time for live streams so people know when to come on and it's easier for you guys. But again, I appreciate the comment. Humdinger 4k. We need to invest in that Everton striker, Richarlison? Because I know you're not talking about Tosin. I don't know. I mean, he plays on the left hand side. We've got Hazard there. I mean, I don't see it happening. Femi, would it be possible to pluck Griezmann from Atleti? Now, he would suit how he plays stylistically. It's very ambitious. I'm guessing that would make sense in the summer if it did happen. Who knows? That's what I can say. I don't know. Potentially. Elroy, hey Nini, have you heard of Under from Roma? Yep, could be a great new right winger. And well, for guys like that, I need to see him play consistently well for 2 seasons. I mean, sometimes there's a difference between promise and quality. It's right to have that high potential. I don't know how high his potential is, but I think that for players like that, they need to show what they can do consistently before you can even start considering them. That's why I didn't really care too much about Pulisic. Not because he's a bad player, of course not. But he needs to consistently keep playing first before he can merit that place. And, with how Sancho is performing so well at Dortmund so far, he's going to have competition on his hands. Zaha for striker? Interesting. I don't know. Victor, hey bro, I'm Adondi from Kenya. Hey man, a diehard Chelsea fan. I like and appreciate the way you argue your points. I was thinking we give Hazard a good contract and loan him for half the season. What do you think? No. Why would we loan Eden Hazard, bro? Like, what reason would we loan Eden Hazard for? We're trying to win the league. Why would we loan him out in the most crucial part of the season? I'm trying to get the point. I'm trying to get where you're trying to come from with the opinion. Is it because you think that if he can play for Real Madrid for like half a season, that should get Real Madrid out of his system or something? I don't know, bro. I'm not too sure about that one. Cantos, are you on the roids? Nah, I'm just putting on weight because I'm just not being too healthy right now. So I'm going to take that as an insult. So thanks for that. Cool Alex FC. If only Alex was actually cool in real life. He isn't. He's actually a real big, massive prick. I can't lie. If our target is Albrighton, blink twice. This guy, man. Nini, Morata should go. Honestly, if someone better comes, I'm not gonna say no to that. I won't be opposed to that. Tyler, Rafiq, Nini, this girl's friends are caught blocking me too hard. Need advice on how to finesse the block. Man wants to finesse the block. Good lord, real talk, man. The best advice I can give is, you need to make friends with this girl's friends. That's the best thing to do. If a girl's friends don't like you, you've made it. Unless you're Brad Pitt or something, just forget about it. If you want to finesse anything, finesse the friendship with her friends. That's all I'm saying. You guys, I'm gonna answer some of the Patreon questions now for a second. And yeah, so I'm gonna get back. Let me refresh everything. Remember, if you want your question prioritized, send a super chat. Don't have to be nothing crazy. It can be 50p, it can be a pound, whatever. Everything helps support the channel. Yes, starting with Will. Yes, Will. Thoughts on Kepa so far? Been really impressed. Where does he stand in terms of other Premier League keepers? Now, in yesterday's 5 talking points video, I was talking about Kepa, and I was making the distinction that he kind of reminds me of Petr Cech's first season at Chelsea, where it was like a very quiet, confident performance, but it wasn't doing anything too crazy because really he didn't have to do too much. He wasn't getting tested non-stop, but you could see the guy's qualities and you could see what he could do. You're getting the same thing with Kepa. People are saying he's been improving. Of course not. It's just that he hasn't been tested yet, and he's showing that the guy is a fantastic keeper. And I think that this guy could definitely challenge the best keepers in the country when it comes to who's the number one keeper. I mean, with guys like Alisson, De Gea, Kepa as well, Petr Cech and even Lino being here as well. There's never been so many great goalkeepers at clubs. You got Edison as well. So again, in my opinion, it gets really hard to distinguish what makes this player better than the other because I don't know, they are pretty complete at what they do anyway. So I think Kepa is definitely up there with guys like Alisson, De Gea, Edison, for example. Okay, Mukta Ibrahim, what's up, bro? Nini, do you think Christensen will be patient enough to fight back to the first 11? It could be another De Bruyne situation if he leaves, but Ampadu's chance of breaking through increases. Potentially, Mukta is a bit of a it's a bit annoying, I know, but I definitely think watch tomorrow's video because if you do, we're going into a lot of detail. I'm telling you, there's a lot of detail, a lot of nuance. I personally think it's the best live streams that I've done yet. So wait for that tomorrow. I got a new Patreon subscriber, John Cumming. Thank you, bro, for being a Patreon subscriber. You have to send me a message. It's really easy. I think on the left hand side somewhere, you can send me a message and then I can answer it. So I really appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. Going back to the messages. Nav, brah, yes, Nav. I have noticed that Aspie makes his runs way too late. You're right. He does not look comfortable in Sarri's system. And with Barkley, I've seen many times when he has plenty of room behind him with his back towards the opposition goal. He does not look over his shoulder to see the space he can make runs into. Thank you, Nav. Thank you. Now, I agree with both the points he made, especially with Aspie. Now, even though we all know, all of us know this, that we focus our attacks more down the left-hand side. The right-hand side play a more supportive role. But I've still kept saying, Aspie needs to... I mean, there's opportunities for him to attack the spaces more down the right, 100%. And he's not doing that, and you're right. A lot of times it's like he is behind things because it's like his natural instincts are always to cover the spaces and defend. So I think he definitely has struggled at times. I think with Ross Barkley, that was one of the main things I've said. A lot of people... It really doesn't matter. I mean, no matter what I say about Barkley, some people will think I'm just blindly hating and just literally, as I'm talking right now, it's just like they're just hearing fuck Barkley, fuck Barkley, fuck Barkley. They're not even hearing what I'm saying right now. But you're 100% right. And this is what I was making that point in yesterday's video too, Playing in that position where you do have to do a lot of your good work between the lines and in the half space and stuff. There's a lot of opportunities where if Barkley was more aware or maybe more confident, he would be receiving passes on the half turn or doing Cruyff turns into spaces behind him because there's a lot of space for this guy to play in, but he's not utilising it. And I don't know why people think that's like a small point I'm making, But I mean, that's what's part of the role as a number 8, and this is why he isn't as influential, and this is why he doesn't drive or run with the ball as much. Again, that performance against Southampton was decent, obviously getting a goal and an assist. Again, let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do, hopefully with an international break. I think joining the England national team is going to help his confidence as well. Be interesting to see if he does come back a more confident player and starts attempting things that will influence the game more. So let's see what happens. But Navbra, I agree. Abdi Adan, hey man, opinions on the youth situation. Abdi, tomorrow, honestly, I'm getting a lot of youth questions. Tomorrow, throughout this entire week, they're all going to be answered in a lot of detail. You'll get a lot of insight on some stuff happening behind the scenes, etc., etc. So it's going to be good. Christian Valadez, I just love saying your last name, man. Valadez, it just sounds good. Hey bro, hope you're good. Just a suggestion for a video. Could you possibly do 5 reasons why John Terry is the greatest defender? Yes, I do plan on doing that as well. It is hard, obviously, you guys. You know, I do work as well as doing this, so I think with me, I want to get to that point where I can just like fully get everything scheduled on point and get everything scheduled perfectly. I do want to do that for John Terry 100%. Getting footage will be quite long, but I mean, I do want to do that. Obviously, John Terry, captain, leader, legend himself. 100% that is a video idea that I do want to do. But I'm going to answer some of your questions a bit. You guys, if you are a Patreon subscriber, don't actually, John coming. Good. And again, John, thank you for becoming a Patreon subscriber. Okay, your question is, would our team look better with a more attacking focused right centre mid than Kante? Now, that is a very, very interesting question. I can see where you're coming from. You're probably thinking about Man City. You're thinking, well, at Chelsea, we like to focus our attacks down the left-hand side. But when you look at Man City, it's really balanced. You know, the left and the right is really balanced. And you look at the passing patterns afterwards, it's like really fluid. And Man City got De Bruyne and Silva and Bernardo Silva. They're the type of players playing in those areas. And, you know, when you look at our team midfield players, a lot of times they have to play in the half space. But again, if you're purely going for like an ultra attacking team, like what Pep does, then you use like 2 cams in those areas. You know what I mean? But I think at Chelsea, you know, Sarri wants to have a tiny bit more balance than that. Kante acts as the ball-winning midfield player. But the reason why Kante is a world-class player is because how many like defensive mids or ball-winning mids can play like he does, where he's able to beat a press and skip people. He's able to play in tight areas and tight spaces. He can do 1-2, you know, first touch passes, 1-2s. He can do all of that. Plus, he wins back possession for the team, gets those midfield turnovers, and obviously helps sustain pressure in the opponent's half. I mean, he's like the best type of defensive player you could possibly dream of, because he's a football player. And I think that this is why Kante still has a lot of benefit to the team. And again, already, you see how many times has he stopped counter-attacks. I mean, we just use our midfield a bit differently, but I can see where you're coming from, obviously. If you wanted to really focus on attacking, then maybe you'd want to transition into 2 more attacking midfield players playing in midfields. So, I mean, it's a very interesting debate. Okay, answering some questions. As I'm saying, you guys, if you want to... Actually, don't worry. Okay, Pasha Nini. Yo, man, thank you for reducing the plasticity of Chelsea fans. You make us stable. Every time I see rumours, I'm like, let me hear from Nini. Big ups, fam. Thank you, bro. Thanks a lot. They're the type of comments I love to hear, real talk, because anytime I give my thoughts and stuff, everything's always in a script. I write everything down. I do the research into stuff first as well. Yeah, a few times I've made some stupid mistakes. It happens, but I mean... Yeah, so thanks for just noticing what I do. Okay, John Ice. He's pretty good. How is Morata? Okay. Avi Singh, hi Nini. I hope that Madrid sack their current manager and appoint either Conte or Mourinho so Hazard doesn't have to leave. I would love that. Let's pray that Conte goes to Madrid. And I think that might help the club too, because that means that we don't have to pay him like an entire year's wages. So it just benefits everyone, to be serious. Icardi is the perfect signing for us. That is Joe K. Jojo K. And yet, 100%, you are right. Icardi would be very good. Scott Rogers, why is everyone slaying Barkley? He's so a bit rusty. Give him time. At one point, he didn't play for like 6 months. A lot of injuries. Scott Rogers, I do agree. And last season, you have to, I mean, I know not everyone watches every single video I do, but I was making that distinction last season. I was making that point. But as I was saying in yesterday's video, in my personal opinion, that's what pre-seasons are there for. You know, when seasons end, you know, players go on holiday, maybe they slack off their diet a bit, they go out, they have fun. You got to realize how intense they're training and playing for like 9 months straight. So during their holiday times, they like to really have fun and rest. So when they come back for pre-season, of course they're not going to get like to my physique, but I mean, they still need to work really hard to get back into fitness. And I think that's why I can't use that excuse for Barkley anymore, because he's worked with the manager from the start. Pre-season's there, everyone's starting from scratch again. So I don't know if I can use that excuse, to be honest. Keenan, hey man. John Ice will play. Yeah. Kaysen, Gomez, Nini, why don't you do fan cams anymore? I've tried to do a few of them, and for me, I don't want to necessarily do fan cams because, let's be serious, I might sound a bit harsh, but no one really watches them or really cares. I want to try and find a different concept with fan debates, but it's not as simple, you know. You guys, you know, I'm by myself. I don't have teams of people, or I don't have a cameraman. You can't do all that type of stuff if you don't have a cameraman. So, I mean, I'll see what happens, but I mean, you know, the channel would have to make enough money, but I could pay someone to do that anyway. So, you know, one day, who knows? Aidan Boyle, Hudson-Odoi should go on loan for like a year and a half in January to a top team in Spain, Italy, or Germany. 100% agree. And yeah, you know, I think with Hudson-Odoi, what can I say? RB Leipzig were really interested in him. There was another club that were really interested in Hudson-Odoi. I forgot. I literally just lost my mind, so sorry about that. But I mean, he's in demand. He's a guy in demand. And as I'm saying, the videos coming out this week, starting from tomorrow, every single day, there's going to be the discussion pieces. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Okay. Nicholas, Aspie is not the problem. Alonso is. Good lord, that was so petty. I love it though. But Alonso, that's that. I'm surprised why no one's ever thought of that before. Alonso. I don't know about that though, man. I think Aspie is starting to not look as superhuman as he once was. I'm not gonna lie. I think Alonso is someone that's he's been. I've seen some development in his game. He's really surprised me so far. I'm not saying that means he's playing 8 out of 10 every game, but I mean, compared to last season, I definitely think that there's been an improvement. Okay. Sorry, Ball FC. Good name. Low. Emanalo destroy Monaco. Come on, man. Let's not be too reactionary. As I was tweeting earlier, it's like Monaco spent like 130 million this summer. Most of that money went to guys that were under 20 years old, which was kind of crazy in my opinion. So, you know, you're signing Pellegrini, that young Italian guy. Grubels was fucking 20 million. This is why I get confused by owners at clubs. Why are you allowing the sanctioning of deals like this if you want instant success? Like, surely, if you spent most of your money on kids, surely that means that, okay, we're going to sacrifice this season to develop these guys for next season. Like you already did before with guys like Carrasco and Martial that started that whole Monaco thing. So, I don't know. I know Monaco aren't doing too well, but it's not as if they're getting thrashed 5-0 in every game. You know, they're losing games by that one goal. Injuries to guys like Lopez and, you know, guys like there's another guy who's injured. But I mean, you know, if they make a decision like that, then I think it'll be really stupid for Monaco, in my personal opinion. Nathaniel, where is it? Nathaniel Edwards, Nini, do you think Sarri is going to get a more suitable right back for this system over Aspie? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think if he does potentially be the captain, you know what I mean. Scott Rogers, I also think Hazard has not only been the best in the world because of the defensive managers we have. Wait, sorry about that. My bad, you guys. I also think Hazard has only not been the best in the world because of the defensive managers we have been with. I think if we had attacking managers like Sarri, Hazard would have won maybe the Ballon d'Or. I 100% agree. And you guys, if you send long comments, please put commas in. Put commas in and make my life easier. But Scott, yep, I 100% agree, man. Abdiadan Pavard from Stuttgart. I'm going to sound controversial, but I'm not going to lie. With Didier Deschamps, I was kind of disappointed that he didn't use guys like Mendy and Sidibe. I think that Hernandez. I mean, I know why he used Pavard in that, because they're like, it's like having a back four, because they're like, they're really central defenders. But I think Pavard would just be Aspie 2.0. I don't think it'll be an improvement on him. I think he's better defensively. Yes, he scored that ridiculous goal, but let's not forget that Aspie won't score from a volley against Leicester. So, you know what I mean? Players have that in them. But, I mean, no way can Pavard be the answer for me. He's a defender. Okay, Rahul, Anand, what are your thoughts on Aspie playing centre back instead of right back? No, Aspie can't play centre back for me, because I don't know why. I feel like I make this point every single time in videos, but look at how we play. We play out from the back. We build out from the back. We've seen that Aspie is so far looking like the weak link when it comes to playing out from the back, because he loses, he loses the ball way more than Rudiger and Luiz. Look at the distribution you get from Luiz and Rudiger. It's like, we've got to appreciate what these guys are doing. I keep saying these guys are like having two extra playmakers in your team. Why would you get rid of those two to play Aspie there? You can't do the same things that these guys can do with the ball. So, I understand this. I mean, Aspie was always going to be a really interesting thing this season. I think a lot of us were expected him to have difficulties since the summer, because we could kind of see what was going to happen as the season goes on. Again, as I keep saying, I can only give Aspie more time. Maybe it might click in for him one day, who knows. But yeah, I mean, it's like I keep saying, it's not even that Aspie's been shit, because that would be really disingenuous. He hasn't been awful at all, no way. But he's just not looking as superhuman as he once was. Would Andre Silva be a good signing? He's on loan from Milan to Sevilla. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think this guy needs to play consistently first, so I wouldn't think about that. Real Morgan, what do you think we should get for the right side of the attack? I'm not saying just yet. MK So Cool, Nini, if Hazard should be captain, do you think he would definitely stop thinking about Madrid? I don't know. I don't think anyone can really answer those type of questions now. As I kept stressing, I think the main thing is the contract situation. Time, patience, that's what we need to have. I don't think so. And to be honest, all I'm saying is, and you can disagree, it's not a big deal, but for me, it really should be David Luiz as the captain. Everything I keep hearing about David Luiz from, some people I know in the industry, it just paints towards him basically being the John Terry of the team right now. All the young players love him. He goes to them. He looks after them. Every player, everyone likes David Luiz. There's not one player that doesn't like him in the squads. He's like the leader of the team, and when you watch him play, I don't understand why it's just not a simple Luiz, you're the captain. Because for me, he's the real captain on the pitch anytime I see us play. So I don't really care who's the captain, really, because for me, Luiz is the real one. Mason Hendricks, we need to make provision for Hazard if he decides to chase his dreams elsewhere. I'm sure Chelsea are doing that. I definitely think they will be, but I think they'll do all they can to make sure he stays. 1,000%. Duran and Razak, hey man, how long do you think Sarri will be the Chelsea manager? I hope he stays as long as possible. I think, I normally get this question every now and then, but for Sarri to stay here for a long time, it really just depends on him. I mean, I think this season, there's no real pressure on him this season. I think next season there will be, because there will be expectations, because the team have been developing. But again, the longer he wins things, I'm guessing the longer he's going to stay. But maybe Sarri, it might be a situation where, let's say after 3 or 4 seasons, he's like, you know what, I've had my fun here, but I want to explore different things right now. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Sarri doing that Pep Guardiola thing where, he does want to manage a Real Madrid one day or Barcelona one day, and he'll be entitled to that. But as I've kept stressing, the reason why I've always wanted someone like Sarri is the fact that when this guy leaves one day, the continuity is still going to be there. The philosophy will still be there. There's no way you can go from Sarri to someone like Conte or Mourinho again. It just can't happen no more. So we'll be in safe hands, and he's going to be the one that's going to really create the philosophy that we've needed. And I think it's a similar impact to what I've heard of what Glenn Hoddle did in the early 90s, bringing that continental style of football to Chelsea, being able to bring in guys like Ruud Gullit to the club as well. And then when he left, that transition to guys like, Gullit and co taking over, and then guys like Zola and Di Matteo and Leboeuf and Desailly coming to the club. And then from then on, Ranieri came, your Lampards and Terrys came early, Roman came, Mourinho came, and I know it's a really long-winded answer, but it's like, this is the benefits you get when a philosophy is implemented in the club. And obviously we just didn't continue that trend because, guys like Conte and Mourinho with their short-termism, the board's been utterly useless for how long as well, you know what I mean, with their short-term expectations. There's only good things for the future. So yeah. Moving on. Nicky, hey man, thanks bro. Henry as the Aston Villa manager, good for Abraham. Now, potentially it would be, but I think a report came out from a journalist saying that Harry Redknapp must have said at some dinner yesterday that Aston Villa won't be signing Henry. But again, it's hard to say. It was just like Frank Lampard for me. I don't have a frame of reference. I don't know what type of manager he is or what his philosophy is. So I can't really say what Henry would do. But I mean, to be honest, I would like to see him be a manager. And if you're Abrahams, you've got Henry as your manager and your coach. It's only going to be good things. Let's be serious. You guys, I'm going to be here for 15 more minutes because I need to keep it moving afterwards. Remember, if you want to be a Patreon subscriber, it helps the channel, and obviously it just helps. And if you want your question prioritized, send a super chat and you know what to do. Truman Lamb, if Hazard leaves, we have his replacement in Cam Hudson-Odoi. If not, Hudson-Odoi then will go in for Bailey. I don't know, potentially. You're saying it with a lot of confidence. Redan to Ajax? Maybe. I need to find out about that. Okay, what other questions? Okay, let me ask some more. Okay. Should the club pay rise Hazard to 750k a week? I don't know where this thing about 750k a week came from. I mean, it came from one Chelsea player, but it's definitely not Eden Hazard. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure he'll get a very good offer, but 750k. I mean, is Ronaldo even getting that? I don't even know if Ronaldo is getting that, so I don't know about that. Christopher, Conte committed terrorism on our club. Damn right he did. Tutus Pulo, Nini, update on your couch. It's still there, but obviously I've got a bit of a ghetto set up in my house, so it's quite simple. I put the green screen behind me, I take the cushions off, and it looks like there's no couch anymore. So that's that. Motion Khan, hey Nini, what's up with the directorial football update at Chelsea? Nothing crazy really. It's the same situation, so that's why I haven't done a video on it just yet. I think the video I did on Michael Ballack and Luis Campos, for me, that was the most up-to-date one. I mean, I can tell you something interesting about Luis Campos. I was told that, before Luis Campos changed his mind and decided to stay at Lille, and it seemed like it was a fantastic decision because look at Lille in the league, in Ligue 1 right now. I was told that when Chelsea and him were having discussions, Luis Campos spoke about his ideas for the loan army, and Luis Campos' idea was the fact that instead of having 40 players on loan, we're only going to have about 10 players going on loan per season. That way, if it's 10 players going on loan per season, we can spend the most time finding the right, the best right club for them and their development. And it's common sense. It is common sense, and it's a shame that obviously Luis Campos decided against signing for Chelsea. I think he would have been fantastic if he did. I think he could have been so influential in terms of getting a good quality of player and for helping the youth players as well. But I mean, it wasn't to be, and he decided to stay at Lille. Keenan, hey Nini, Do you think Piatek is a one-season wonder? I mean, to be honest, I've never seen him play, so I can't really assess his game. I'm not gonna lie. How many times have there been strikers that perform amazing one season and then after that, it's not the same? So I think it's way too soon to say. I don't even know what type of football Genoa play. Are they like a long ball team, or like to play on the counter, or like to play direct balls on that bypass the midfield? I don't know. I don't know. Um, William in, William out. Okay. Daniel, yes, Daniel, how you doing, bro? Thoughts on Khabib versus the Conor McGregor fight? Now, I can't lie to you. I think I was really down to watch it, and then I found out it was 5 a.m. I wasn't able to. I haven't even seen the replay yet because I've been busy, so I can't really give too much thoughts. But all I can say was I just kind of knew that Khabib was going to beat Conor McGregor, and for me, Conor McGregor's the type of guy that he always wins the rematch. Maybe that's a bit of I don't know, not the best opinion, but I just feel that maybe when it comes to hyping up the occasion, he focuses a bit too much on that, and it's like once you hype it up, you have to be a bit arrogant with how you fight in the ring, and it's just like you can't afford to be arrogant against guys that really want to hurt you because of you've been pissing them off for how long, and obviously they're taking it serious. And I think this is why when McGregor gets humbled a bit, he then acts up more serious for the rematch. So I think it's his fourth defeat now, but every time he has beaten the person he's lost to. So yeah, he just needs to, I don't know. But at the same time, it's like a necessary evil because let's be serious. If it wasn't for his showmanship, I don't think UFC would be as popular. Because with me, I'm not even like a UFC fan like that, but I will watch the occasional game now, and it's basically down to McGregor marketing everything. That's the honest reality. So there are goods and there are bads, to be honest. I mean, what goods and bads? You guys, that's how you know I'm tired and hungry. I don't know what I'm talking about. Goods and bads. Okay, restart. Aaron Ramsey, thoughts? Well, I mean, there's Ruben, there's Kovacic, there's Barkley, and there's Mason. Where would you see Ramsey playing? Would you sell all four of those guys to play? I mean, I don't know, bro. Dr. Freeman, why not pay Hazard more? Honestly, Dr. Freeman, why not pay Hazard more and keep him in Chelsea? I did a video on this yesterday where I've gone through everything in detail. I suggest you watch it right after the stream, man. It's the 5 talking points video. It's the first talking point. It lasts 5 minutes. You can literally turn the video off after 5 minutes if you want, but watch the 5 talking points video. I feel like a lot of questions I get sometimes, I've been talking about these points in videos, so come on, you guys. I think Pacquiao will beat Khabib in the UFC. I don't know any. Again, I'm not too deep when it comes to UFC, so I can't give too much insight. So sorry about that. Case and Gomez, are you gonna go to the Man United game next week? Of course, 100%. Ali, can you secure me with the top you're wearing, the Billionaires Boy Club jumper? I got this years ago. But with me, anytime like if I like buy clothes, I guess I'm always like a long term type of guy. So I like to buy stuff that I know that I can still rock a year or two from now, and I like to look after my stuff. That's why I don't look faded. But yeah, man, I don't know if they still sell it or not. I don't know. Joanne Razak, thoughts on the fact that Sari only plays 4-3-3 and Pep plays a few formations. Do you think it could benefit if he explores different formations, or is it better he keeps improving his 4-3-3? That's one of the best questions that I've ever had on the live stream. That is such a great question. I kind of feel like that would even be an interesting video, to be honest. I mean, you're right. Pep constantly uses different formations. It was a bit similar to Mourinho during this first spell where, we'd use a Christmas tree, or we'd use a 4-4-2, or we'd use a 4-3-3. But I guess maybe Sarri wants to start with the basics. I think if you try to overcomplicate things by, players having to understand Sarri ball, and then they need to understand different... Sorry. And then they need to understand like the different intricate... Why am I butchering this word? You guys, I'm tired. Sorry about that. But I just think it will make things too complicated if that was the case. So I think baby steps, learn one thing at a time, and that's it really. Nini, Pavard is perfect for Sarri ball as centre back. That's if Christensen leaves, maybe. Okay, Nicholas Jacobson. Hey man, Nini, who will become the next Chelsea legend in the next 5 to 10 years? But obviously, I'm guessing you're meaning about the future, so I'm not going to say Eden Hazard. Who could potentially be the next legends? That's a good one. Is anyone currently? Something tells me that Mason Mount might have an opportunity. He might have a chance. I think that, in terms of the characteristics he needs, someone that scores goals, he can score from set pieces, he can take them really well. He wins you games. He gets you 3 points. I definitely think that, with Lampard backing him, and it's like you've got to look at Mason Mount. The guy's always played as like an attacking playmaker on the left hand side. He's like a playmaker in that sense. And it's like he's got the characteristics of a playmaker playing in midfield as a number 8. I mean, the versatility is just ridiculous in terms of what he can offer in midfield. So I definitely think with those unique attributes that he has the potential. If the fucking club can just have faith in these guys and actually care about developing them, then I honestly think that Mason Mount is a pretty special talent in midfield. You guys, I'm here for 7 more minutes, so I need to bounce. Eric Duku, please, Nini, my problem at Chelsea left winger. Do you mean right winger, or you must mean right winger because Hazard's on the left and he's no problem. Yes, Ali. Well, at least not that one that we actually utilize. Yep, Cosmo Oliver. If Cosmo's your real name, that's such a sick name. Nini, do you think we will win the Champions League again in the next 5 to 10 years? 1,000%, 100%. I think we can win the Champions League in the next 5 to 10 years. I'll feel actually. You know what? I'll say that I'm about 60% confident. If I see the board making the right decisions and it keeps continuing, then yeah, it's gonna boost our chances of winning it. But I mean, I definitely think now, it's kind of like a new era at Chelsea under Sarri. There's only going to be more beneficial, positive things happening. So yeah, don't rule it out. Kira Nini, do you think Sarri has a plan B for a new formation? It's a bit similar to Joanna's question, but again, plan B just yet. Well, again, with how we play, it is pretty fluid. For example, when we start a press, we become a 4-4-2 team. Then we like to transition into 4-3-3 at times. At times, we'll be a 3. No, we'll be like a 2-1. We'll be like a 2-1-5-2 team because Hazard will play closer to Giroud, so it's like he's playing as a striker at times. So in a sense, there's a lot of actually, talking about using different formations. I mean, when we play matches, we constantly use different formations. We use about 3 or 4 of them at any given time, and it's a bit similar to how Liverpool play in the sense that, Liverpool, they got like their formation they go into when they're trying to sit deep. They've got a formation they go into when they're pressing the ball. They've got a formation they go into when they're trying to keep possession. I think that's what modern day football's about. So yeah, I think we do kind of do that in a way. Just like thinking about it now. Yes, Zaki, what's good, bro? Nini, who do you think we will get for the right wing and striker position? I'm guessing you came late. When I was doing the stream with Alex Goldberg, Joe Tweedy, and Sophie in the plug, you guys know my French source. Of course, they told me a few players that the club have been monitoring, asking about, and looking at. That doesn't mean that they're making bids for them. So I'm going to make that really distinct and clear when I release the video this week, because personally for me, I'm not going to lie, I kind of think I missed the detail. I'm always dragging on points for extra long, and I try to put in as much context and detail as I can. I still get people sometimes, especially on Twitter, that misunderstand things or just like, it baffles me. I'm just thinking it should be impossible with someone like me. But yeah, but Zaki, man, this week I'm going to release some of the players that we are looking into. They do involve players that play up front, that play on the right wing. There are players that do offer different dimensions as well. There is one really big, crazy one. Really crazy player that the club are... It's good that we're ambitious, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, let's see what happens. You guys, I'm here for 3 more minutes and I got to bounce. If you want your question prioritized, now's the perfect chance to send a super chat. I'm gonna do another Q&A live stream again this week, maybe on Friday or Saturday, because I want to get back to doing them more. Abdi, yes, bro. Hazard has a free roll. He's never tracking back. Yep. Barat, hi Nini. What about the upgrade of the stadium and Roman? I wouldn't even think about that just yet. So far, I think that I don't know what's happening with Roman. I think it's the same situation right now. There's no new development currently. Everything's still on a hiatus right now, so it's gonna be like that until I'm guessing Roman's situation gets sorted. So, I mean that's that. Um, True Blue, we get 2v1 on the flanks because the wingers don't track back. Yep, thank you, bro. Kappa could be a legend. I agree. I think he can. Sandro later. Hey Nini, do you think Aspie is going through a bad spell, or do you think he just can't play under Sari? And what's your opinion on Willian? Keep the quality videos. Thank you, bro. Um, Now with Aspie, I think a lot of us kind of knew that he was going to struggle because he's not as if he's the most technical football player. You know, he's always struggled when he does get pressed. We saw against Liverpool how many times was the ball getting dispossessed down that right hand side, and a lot of times it was because Aspie's passes were putting people under pressure. I'm going to give him more time just to see what he can do. So I'm going to wait till January. I don't personally think that you have to wait a whole season to judge a player. For me, let's be serious. When a lot of us saw Bakayoko, for example, I think after like 4 or 5 games, we kind of knew what season he was going to have, and I think we kind of knew what his level was. So I don't think players need to be judged by a full season. But I think with Aspie, I think it's it's completely alien to him, the style of football in a sense, and maybe it could possibly come down to him not fully suiting this style of football. I mean, it's an interesting one, it really is. But yeah, maybe in the future I might do a video on Aspie. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you guys, there are some controversial videos I want to do, but the backlash ain't worth it. It's definitely not. Yes, Harsh Singh. Thoughts on Matt Law's article on Hazard? Just now he's defo leaving. I haven't read Matt Law's article. I can tell you from some of the people I know that I think there was a point last season where he must have lost a very notable source that he used to have at Chelsea. So this is why he hasn't been as frequent with news that he does have. So again, with Matt Law's article, I'll read it afterwards just to see what's being read to know if it's old news or if it's new. But I mean, I really think when it comes to Hazard, no one should be panicking just yet at all. To be honest, you guys, I want to answer the last question. Actually, let me like I said, it's gonna be the last one. If anyone wants it, I mean, send a super chat. I'm gonna look at the Patreon quickly. Navbra, okay. I don't know if it's only me, but Alonso does not get as much forward as he used to do. Could be down to the new system and Sarri wanting him to learn how to behave in defence. He goes towards a byline more than going in the box. Have you noticed that? But I think, for him to make those infield runs inside the box, it comes down to how we're playing. Again, one thing I've always said about Alonso is the fact that he's not the type of fullback that is gonna take responsibility as an individual in terms of he won't carry the ball to beat. Like if he had to beat an opponent so he can create space to put a cross in, Alonso's never gonna do that. He only gets forward when space is made for him. I'm guessing though, like, what's the point of having Alonso moving in the box because Hazard's scoring now, and it's not Conte anymore. So Alonso has to act as a more traditional fullback. I don't think he's going to be making those runs as much as possible. There might be certain contexts of certain games where, we need more numbers in the box to play a bit more direct. That could possibly happen. But I think that's Eden Hazard's space. That's Eden Hazard's role. Really, Alonso should just be making space for him. And yeah, that's my opinion on that. Abdi, any advice getting started with coaching? Want to get my level 1 badges before I get too busy. That's something I want to get into as well, so I can't really help too much. I'd probably say go to the FA website, Google it, and see what you find out. Maybe on YouTube there could be people giving experiences of what it's like, so that stuff should be out there. Answer the final question, then I need to make dinner, you guys. It's getting kind of late still. Okay, let me find the last one. Okay, Kwame, you will be the last question I answer. Okay, I can't answer that because you're replying to someone else. Okay. Um, Hani. Without Hazard, it's difficult for us because he's the leader. Yep. No, I have to find Lewis Douglas. What can Chelsea do if FIFA change the rules on the loan? Roops, you guys, the videos tomorrow, it's all gonna be there, so don't worry. Um, Flocky Ron, hey Flocky, Mr. Controversial. Uh, any news on Kovacic staying after his loan spell? Flocky, I'm not too sure just yet, to be honest. Nothing just yet. Let's be realistic. I think that's going to be a situation that we're going to get more detail, maybe around January time, but probably near the end of the season. With Emerson, Nini, Emerson over Alonso. Sorry, needs to look into Emerson. I really want to say something about Emerson that I found out tonight, and I don't think anyone was expecting this, but it seems to be the main reason as to why he isn't in the first team. So, no, I'm gonna let me send a text to find out if I can tell you guys. I mean, you guys kind of are lucky. I mean, you know, it's like 44,000 subs, only like a few hundred people that watch the live stream. So in a way, you're like the 1%. So let me find out if I can tell you guys what I know about Emerson. But if I tell you guys, like, don't like spam it on like social media, and you know what I mean. Don't make it too bait. Let me find out. Can I talk about what I about? Hopefully, I get an answer back soon. I wonder if I do. If not, if I can't talk about Emerson tonight, I'll probably do it over the week. I'll do it for the next Q&A live stream. But yeah, I mean, probably, yeah. It's not even going on a second tick. Yeah, I can't talk about Morata tonight. I mean, Emerson tonight, but I'll talk about Emerson for the next Q&A live stream. But all I'm saying is, you guys, you know, I think sometimes when you look at football and, you know, squad dynamics and stuff, I think we can all be a bit too basic with how we see things. You know, a lot of times some of us think that if you perform well in training, that means you're going to get a place in the squad. A lot of us disregards, you know, player politics. A lot of us disregards managers' preferences. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into picking players for the first team. So it is interesting. But I won't tell you guys now. I know it's a bit of a tease. It's a bit annoying. I can't lie. But there's a reason why I get told shit, because, you know, I do keep my word. So it gets like that. You guys, I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to bounce. Thank you. Rudiger does crack. Fair enough. But you guys, I'm going to keep it moving. I need to make some basic hard spaghetti bolognese. Real talk, man. I'm talking about bolognese in a jar. I'm not even making the sauce from scratch. So to any Italians out there, I apologize for just disrespecting your dish like that. I'm gonna go. I might even have to smoke a zoot. I can't lie. I need to relax tonight. You guys, I'm gonna keep it moving. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everyone that sent super chats. Thank you for everyone that subscribed to me on Patreon. Of course, it helps a lot. Patreon, I'm just being lazy with it. I need to be honest. It's just the time. I need to sort Patreon out. I've got a lot of big things planned for it. It's just about, I need to get that schedule in place so I can just, I need to sort Patreon out. I mean, I need to get the group chat running. I need the Patreon group chat. I need to start getting the Patreon only live streams. I need to start doing the videos. There's a lot I need to do, because you guys know I want to be the best sports channel on YouTube. I'm not even caring about being the best Chelsea channel. So yeah, just appreciate all you guys for just, you know, just watching the content, supporting what I do, interacting as well. As I keep saying, I keep feeling a more like community feel all the time. So it's actually good. But yeah, Femi, man, that's exactly what I need to do right now, bro. You guys, I'm going to keep it moving. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I might be doing a double upload tomorrow. So you guys stay tuned for that. Good videos out tomorrow. I'll see you later.